Hey Pat, it's MidnightDesigner and we are back on the HyperCraft server. And we are in the end because I heard tell that a certain server member who shall remain nameless, was unable to navigate from this point here to the end farm, which is out over here, because the other set of stairs confused her. First, for the record, and to set all things straight, I did not build this particular thing. So, I apologize for any confusion. But one would think that if you had watched my video, the confusion would have, not been so confusing. At any rate, we are going to lapis lazuli proof this area. And as soon as I've done that, I will be right back. And we are back. So I did a quick little job so people will be able to spawn in here and see which way to go when they want to go to the end farm. So that is taken care of, but that is not our project for today. But in order to do our project for today, we need to get up out of here and get into a little creative world. So let's do that right now. And here we are in the MidnightDesigner secret test world, and that is not what we're working on today, so pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Let us fly over the loveliness of all the things that have gone before, all the experiments and projects, and let's land down here. So this is what we're going to work on today. Wooly the Creeper inside of the residential train station, which I don't believe yet has a name, but it's something about Glasgow and I don't know, trains. That's all I heard. He said trains and I didn't hear anything else. But there are some shops that are opening up, and I thought, well, what a great idea to sell something in said shop and maybe make a little diamond action. So what we had in the old HyperCraft server, or on the old HyperCraft server, was the TNT shop. And that had within it a mechanism that dispensed TNT after a diamond was paid therefor. And the mechanism kept track and made sure that you got the amount of TNT that you had paid for. This design is by ShiftClick, ShiftKlik, link in the description. And this is a redstone clock mechanism that will dispense X number of items based upon how many items you have in the hopper thing, right here. And the ratio is 4 dispensed items for every item you have in the hopper thing. So it takes a signal from here. This signal fires off, extends, and the redstone gets grabbed. This gets powered as the items flow through. This torch gets turned off, and then this sort of clock clickety 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 clicks the things that are in this dropper thing, and it will click long enough to, in this case, drop 8 times 4, 32 items, half a stack. So if we hit this button, we should get 32. And we will see if that happens. 32 items exactly. Now, if we put that in and we put this back, we should get 64. So how you been? I'm fine. How's the family? Nice. Have a good Thanksgiving? Me too. Alright. So we got a stack. So that's lovely. So it works. I mean, obviously it works. He made a tutorial for it and everything. It's got 320 views. So it's got to be amazing. But will it work on our server? Because as you know, or you may have heard ugly rumors that our server tends to lag a bit. I get concerned when I try to build a machine on our server that relies on redstone timing, because maybe it don't work so good, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do now is we will Control C, Control V this biatch up into the Hypermine vanilla server, and we will see if it works. So let's do that, shall we? Okay, a Control C and a Control V away, and we are in our backyard in the residential area on the HyperCraft server. And we have built the mechanism here, and we have 16 items. Let's do 8. And first check to see if we get 32, half a stack of this, in this case, dirt. Shall we get the dirt? No, we did not. We got 31 dirt. What's up? Is this? Now I know that sometimes. Nope, this is set right. Intéressant, intéressant, intéressant. No, wait, I had 32. That was weird. Did it not pop into my inventory right away? Let's try again. Let's get right up. Kiss, give to me, big kiss. Give it to me. Oh yeah, you know what I like. Give it to me. 32. Let's do it again. Let's turn around. Take it from the rear. Ha ha! Aha! See, you escaped. See? All right. Got 32. Got 32. 64. Give me 3 in the face. Give it to me in my face. 29, 32. Okay, the fact that they are shooting wide is not a real concern. I just want to make sure we're getting 32 every time. Let's stand back one so we can catch them all. Okay, so it seems that, at least from this limited amount of testing, and let's be honest, the other testing that I did where you were unpresent, this seems to work on an SMP server. So I've put in, let's do one more real quick, 64, and let's see if that works. Cool, 64. All right, put you back, and you are lovely. So let us go to the train station in the residential hub and look at the space we're working in. So let me jump there and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are in the Woolly station, having arrived on time every time, as we are wont to do. And down here at the bottom in the underneath, this is the these are the stairs to get up there to the upper level. But here in the lower level are where the shops are currently located. And we are going to take this one here. Alright, so this shop is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is super tiny, not gonna lie. So we have to fit, and here's my idea for the shop. I should, I guess, tell you that. I want to build an ice shop, and so I want to sell regular ice and packed ice. We would sell regular ice for a stack for a diamond, and packed ice half stack for a diamond. So I would need 2 of those mechanisms in this space, plus a payment system that would recognize diamond and not diamond, and then deal with that depending on what you did. So I have to fit all of that into this space. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Okay, so let me do some thinking, some pondering, some pontificating, and creativity engage and be in that business right now. Okay, Well, that was actually a lot longer away than you probably appreciate. This was not a smooth process. So here we are in our 9x5 area, and here is a chest for regular ice, here is a chest for packed ice. So the way it works is you come in here, this is where the door is, I didn't bother to recreate that. You come in here, you make your selection, right? And so we want a stack of regular ice, say. So we put our diamond in there, and it'll come out here. And we should have a stack by the time all is said and done. And seam. Okay, so we got our stack, and now let's try to get a half stack of packed ice. Here it comes. Nice. Full stack, half stack. Now, let's say someone accidentally pays me with a fence gate. They think that's a diamond. It's not a diamond. So, first thing to happen is no ice for you. And second thing, we don't want to punish that individual because we want to assume that it was accidental. So rejected payments will appear in this box and you just collect it back. Now, on the ugly underneath, let's start with the beginning. Right here is a very standard item sorting redstone contraptione, and it is set to filter out diamonds. So if there is a diamond, the diamond will drop. This will depower, unlocking this. The diamond will sally forth, as it were. If the thing that comes down is not a diamond, it will not go into this hopper, but will instead go this way into the chest. The same happens here, except in reverse. Item goes into here. Is it a diamond? Yes, goes down and forward, and no, goes into chest waiting to be retrieved. Nothing further happens. Do you love me? Yes, you do. Okay, so if it is a diamond, the diamond travels down here to this point here, to this dropper. And this dropper is what serves as the button. If you remember, let's just run over here real quick. We needed to send a redstone signal into this block to power up the mechanism. So what we have done is we have ended this hopper line with a dropper and stuck a comparator on that, and that signal gets enhanced by a repeater that then powers into that block that would have had the button on it otherwise. So that powers our mechanism, and at the same time, concurrent with, the redstone signal goes this way, gets amped up by the repeater, fires back into the dropper so that we get a quick pulse, but not an extended signal, and the diamond then drops into this chest. Right? Okay. Same thing happens here. Diamond winds up in this dropper, powers this repeater, powers that comparator. These two repeaters then get powered. This one powers the block where that button would have been. This one on the alternative powers the dropper, which then sends that diamond into our payment chest, which is here. Now, down over here are one of the droppers, and the other dropper is actually here behind this wood, because what happens is these two are both sharing the water channel that then feeds into the glass elevator. So what happens is, let's just throw a diamond in here. That dropper, which is inside, fires those packed ice blocks through that solid block, and then they all go up there. The reason it's not an open channel is because when we were when we had the regular ice going through here, some of it would get hung up in this area here and not go up. So we would not dispense the full 64, or at least the full 64 would not find their way to the top. They would get dispensed, technically speaking. So good. So we got another half stack and another full stack. So those are all good things. And then to complete the mechanism, there is a double chest here that I can use to fill the 2 dispensers. The 2 dispensers are on the other side of this chain of funnel things right here. So on this side, and then over here on this side. You can see right and out. So that is the mechanism. So as you can see, we pretty much kept it within the 9x5 area, except there's a little hangover on the outside, a few blocks, but it's pretty far down, and Wooly said that as long as it's underground, we're not encroaching into any other actual shops, which we would not be, then we should be okay. But right. And then we would just need some kind of back door back here with a ladder so that we could access the down here area to collect our diamonds and to fill up the chests on either side. So a ladder running from the back of the shop down to the bottom so we could access the mechanism. But that should be it. So it's pretty straightforward. Now all we have to do is build it in the context of a survival world, inside the actual constraints of a 9x5 room, which we will go do now, and we will see how that goes, won't we? Okay, Pat, early morning update time. This project is taking way too long. We are about 3/4 of the way done. We ran into a couple of problems. The first one is, was, I suppose, that the droppers, right, that dispense the product, in this case the ice and or back here the packed ice, those droppers, because of the way the redstone is wired, are always being powered. So as a result of that, they are locked for purposes of being refilled by funnel things that feed into them. So I said, well, that's no big deal. So when it fires, it'll be unpowered, and then an item will shoot in during that cycle. Well, with only one funnel thing feeding into the dropper, you only wind up refilling about half of the inventory that you lose. So if I was dispensing 32 items, I was only getting 16 back into the dropper thing. So eventually, and rather quickly, I think, the droppers were going to be emptied. What was that? The droppers were going to be emptied. So 2 things to fix that. First, we now have it being fed by 2 funnel things instead of 1. And in my tests, that almost entirely fixes the problem. So, but we're always 1 short. So if this dispenser fires off 32 packed ice, then it will fill 31 back into the system. So basically, every time the system fires, we lose 1 item of inventory, or we don't really lose it. We just it doesn't refill the item back into the dropper inventory. So for every 32 we spit out, we get 31 back. So eventually the systems will empty themselves without refilling. But the droppers would basically have to fire, 64 times 9 times before that would happen. And that's a lot of inventory to move. So it will not happen frequently. But what we will do to combat this is we will put a comparator off of either hopper, this one, I believe. I guess it really doesn't matter, but this one here. And then we will run that comparator into a redstone torch that we will use to either activate or deactivate a redstone lamp up top that will alert us when inventory is running low and we need to come down and address it. It shouldn't happen often enough for it to be a huge hassle, but we still want to have a system in place for that. So we'll pull a signal off of this hopper here so that when this one is empty, that means, there's still 9 stacks of 64 in here, but we want some kind of indicator light to let folks know that the inventory is running low. The second problem we have is a more logistics on the server thing, because I miscalculated by 1 block how much room we were going to take, and we have invaded the sewer line of Late Night Tick. Yes, so we are just very grateful and very lucky that the folks at Tickco maintain their sewers in such a way that there was not a methane gas backup in his sewer line, because otherwise there could have been an explosion. But always remember, kids, call before you dig. As a result of that, we will have to move this entire section 1 block over. So we will do that off camera and another time, because right now this project has gone on and on forever and I want to get it done. So the only thing I have left to do is add the payment system up top, and hello, get up the ladder, add the payment system on top, and then the early warning redstone lamp system on the sides here and here, payments in the corners, and then this project will be done. Okay, so the explosion was thunderstorm happening on the server. Isn't it good to work indoors? Alright, let me finish this up and wrap up this video. Be right back. Boy, we are done. It is over, it is done and dusted, as it were. The Ice Baby shop is open for business. So here is the deal. Here's the ATM where you can get your diamonds out. Do not order packed ice if light below is not lit. It is lit, so we are good to go. Do not order regular ice if light below is not lit. It is not lit because I don't have enough regular ice yet, but what we're gonna do. Greetings, valued customer. Welcome to the MidnightDesigner Ice Baby shop. To order, place 1 diamond in chest. Order will be delivered through a glass block behind you. I should have said over here, but that would have made sense on the sign. 1 purchase at a time. Wait for system to clear after each time. So we have packed ice, 32 for 1 diamond. We have Ice Baby, 64 for 1 diamond in here, and rejected payment return over here. So if we put a diamond into the chest, we will get 32 packed ice. That's cold. 32 packed ice. And if we tried to be sneaky and pay with an ender pearl, let's see how much packed ice we get for that. Exactly none packed ice, but get your ender pearl back right there. Rejected payments returned here. So down here we have our torch tower system that will activate or deactivate the indicator lights to let us know about the inventory situation. and those, as I had said, I fed off of a funnel thing, comparator redstone torch. That's pretty straightforward. And let's see here, payments come down and collect in here. Give me, thank you. And then product can be replaced in here. And that is it. So the Ice Ice Baby Shop is open for business. So we're done. We're out of here. So bring me your diamonds. Make it rain. Make it rain. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to start a conversation, why don't you start one where? In the comment section below. Ice Ice Baby. Dun 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 dun. Give me your diamonds, diamonds, baby. Dun 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 dun. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See ya. Bump.